Less than 3 weeks after Donald Trump was arrested and indicted in New York, a major new hint today about when the next legal bombshell could drop on the former president. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has sent a letter to local law enforcement, making it clear she's going to announce this summer any charges for crimes related to interference in Georgia's 2020 election. And of course, that includes Donald Trump. Willis set the timetable for the announcement between July 11th and September 1 in the letter. The DA asked them to be prepared for the public's reaction to her eventual announcement. The letter reading in part, "In the near future, I will announce charging decisions resulting from the investigation my office has been conducting into possible criminal interference in the administration of Georgia's 2020 general election. Open source intelligence has indicated the announcement of decisions in this case may provoke a significant public reaction." The letter went to the Fulton County Sheriff, the Atlanta Chief of Police, the Director of Fulton County's Emergency Management Agency, asking them to be ready for, quote, heightened security and preparedness. Donald Trump had called for mass demonstrations in response to the Manhattan DA's eventual indictment. That didn't happen. So now, what makes the timing so odd is that a special grand jury, which advises the DA on what to do, they don't make the final calls, but finished its work in February. And that grand jury foreperson, remember her, Emily Kors, she made clear they recommended indictments.
There are certainly names that you would recognize. I will tell you, it's not a short list.
So why is DA Willis punting until this summer? Joining us now is Gwen Keyes Fleming, a former assistant district attorney in Fulton County, who knows Fani Willis well. Thanks very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. It just all seems bizarre to me. They've been investigating this for many months. The special grand jury comes back in February, recommending clearly indictments. And now Fani Willis is saying, yeah, you know what? Sometime between July 11th and September 1st, we're going to make our announcements. This just all seems bizarre.
Well, actually, remember, this is a case where the Fulton DA and her team have talked with or presented over 75 witnesses to the grand jury. They have reams of paper documents, no doubt, equal amounts of text messages, electronic files, all of which they are trying to review and put together in a way that a regular grand jury could make a decision about charging going forward. And again, we're looking at crimes potentially under the election code, including conspiracy to commit election fraud. We are looking at more traditional crimes under Title 16, including false statements, and possibly even a RICO charge. And so those are all complex charges. And the DA is one who likes to be very deliberate in how she presents her cases, ensuring that she has sufficient evidence for each element of each crime, for each potential defendant. And so I think that's why you're seeing this delay. So she has the time to really put the case together in the best possible way.
And I understand that's the defense of her, right? But if you take a macro look at what's going on, we're now 2+ years after when this happened, right? The notion that it's taken her 2+ years to put together this case, it's not like there are secret witnesses who are coming forward. I mean, there may be a couple, et cetera, but the bottom line is they've known the facts here. Yeah, it's complex, but they presented this case to the special grand jury. They put together that complicated case for them, and now she's punting until the summer. And what is with this a month and a half, July 11th to September 1st? I mean, what does that even mean? Have you ever heard of something like that?
Well, that is actually the full term of court. So the terms of court usually are 2 months or 4 months as in Fulton County. And so what she's giving herself is the opportunity to present the case at any time during that particular term. And again, let's remember, DA Willis was elected and actually took office in January 2021. While she is handling this case, she is still handling a very full caseload of other crimes as well.
I know, but come on. I mean, this is an enormous case. The argument, well, you know, she's got a lot on her plate, and this is really complicated. You can understand, right, why most people are going to hear that and think, come on. It feels like it rings a little hollow. Final word on that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Again, I am a former elected district attorney myself, and when you have cases of this import and you really take the integrity of the criminal justice system seriously, you want to make sure that you maintain that integrity, that you protect your witnesses, and that you have sufficient evidence.
All
And
right.
I think she is doing all of those things. And we'll wait and see what she presents to the grand jury and what the grand jury ultimately decides.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.